What's up, y'all? Welcome to Uncasual Gamer, formerly known as PSH Podcast, the podcast where casual gamers come talk about not so casual topics. This is podcast number 7. I'm your homie Jolly Dangerous. You can call me Jolly D or just plain old Jolly. We have Spectre,
What's going on? I'm your co-host Spectre, aka Killer King Pro.
Brent the Wicked,
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ren.
Ryzoe,
Yo, it's your boy Ryzoe.
and Denonu.
What's up? No intro required.
Yeah, there you go.
Common denominator.
So we have starting up is fucking vampire technology. Student designs jewelry that turns your veins into a power source. Anybody.
I'm just gonna get this out the way. I just want the arc reactor.
Arc.
You know,
You want a big ass hole in your chest. I understand. I
if
feel
it gives
that.
me badass super armor, then yes.
Yeah, I have to agree with that one.
But see, here's the thing though. You said arc reactor. You didn't say nothing about no armor. Like somebody's gonna come to you, put a hole in your chest, and say, "Bam, there's your arc reactor." Oh, speaking of that, we have a power source for the suit, which no longer requires the arc reactor. So have fun with that. Well, have fun with your immortality with no armor.
Hey! As long as it vibrates, it'll get the ladies. Okay.
Boom.
Hey, yeah. I'd rather them sit on something else than sit on my chest, but okay.
Close enough.
All right. I'm sorry.
Like, just openly says that he sucks dick in the middle of a little rap battle.
Wait
and
a
everyone
minute.
Was like,
That's exactly. No, that's exactly what y'all look like, son. That's exactly what y'all look like. That rap battle, if you go back and watch that video, that is a mirror image of what y'all's faces were.
Oh shit! Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm fucking tearing up right now.
sitting on
The fucking reaction right now.
That was great. They both just stared
First
at the camera.
First off, let me apologize to all the women out there who may watch this podcast or listen to
Don't
it.
play video
They know they
games.
like it.
Wait a
Some
minute.
goth chick
Stop.
out there talking like,
Wait a minute,
I want to
stop.
sit on his chest.
Hashtag Gamergate.
You got a battery operated dildo on your chest.
No. You didn't see. First off, you didn't hear what he said.
That's even worse.
You didn't hear what he said. He said arc reactor.
Because that's pretty much what it is.
But you're not feeling it.
Scientifically.
Wait a minute. Let's stop
What it is.
talking about the dildo on the chest.
See, here's the thing. We make a joke, and then these motherfuckers have to sit over here and scientifically
Break it down.
break the joke down to see how is it funny. Just fucking laugh and move on, dog.
Okay, so okay. Powered jewelry, right? That's what
Yeah.
It might just be funny.
These motherfuckers go to a board and shit. And they're calculating the funny ratio to joke ratio. Like, okay, did we go overboard? How far over the line did we cross? And is it still funny if we cross this line? Just
Oh, man.
anyway. Fuck it. All right, so there's pictures of. I don't even know if this is working technology, but it looks like it's actual. It looks like it's real. But
Technology, I thought it said jewelry in the post.
yeah, but it is technology. It's about. All right, for instance, they have one little looks like generator that goes into the vein,
Those goth kids are going ham over this.
and the blood actually flows through this device, hits the gear, which spins and creates electric pulse that you can then plug something into to charge your cell phone or whatever.
I mean, it's interesting. This is like the first true bioelectrical technology.
You know what that shit is? That shit's blood magic. That's what it is.
This nigga said blood magic.
You apostate.
But I think they said they got
Minute.
they got two different forms of it, because they do have one that actually kind of is powered by blood flow, and they have another one that just kind of sticks to the skin and is powered by kinetic energy.
Yeah,
There's that one too.
It's supposed to be like your pulse. Like every time your fucking pulse or whatever, or if you move, it's supposed to generate something. But
Yeah.
then there's another one it's called the blinker, and it looks like if you were to saw off the bridge. What the fuck did you just?
Blinker. Sorry.
I said blinker.
Yeah.
Not nipple twister. What are you?
It's just called those headlights, you know. I'm just saying.
Okay. So they take the glasses, like the bridge of the glasses, and they cut it off, and it's supposed to stick to the bridge of your nose. And there's two little wires that connect to your eyelid. I don't think it goes in your eyelid, but it just touches it. So every time you blink, it creates a pulse that is then a chargeable source for anything else.
Yeah, that's some cyberpunk shit.
Oh yeah, no, straight up, it's some cyberpunk shit, but like the take on it is like she. Did you see? Did you actually read the article?
I read some of it. Go
The
ahead.
take,
About it,
the
though.
take on it is that she, even though she invented it, she made like a whole music video about it and all this like approach like to promote it. But her take on it is the fact that like if people would, she wants to see how far people are gonna go to do this because I mean like technically this is not really something that anybody would do. Like I'm not gonna do this, right? But let's say for somebody who just constantly runs out of juice in their phone, like one of those big social people or whatever like that, are they gonna do something like this just to
Nope.
keep their phone charged? You know what I'm saying?
If they would have made this before they made those other cases that have extra batteries and shit in it, and like the little padless, like the charge pad where you don't have to plug anything up. If they would have made this before they made that, yeah, I would see somebody doing it. Not the vein thing because that's kind of fucking weird, but
This,
everything
like,
else, yeah.
if you're gonna jump your car, drink plenty of water. This is like the perfect technology for like pacemakers if you think about it.
Yeah, this is true.
Oh, because
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was integrated from a pacemaker though, because pacemaker technology is constantly updating.
But doesn't the pacemaker run on a battery though?
Yeah, so think about it.
Yeah.
If you can have the source, the power source running through your blood vessels that's constantly running anyway.
Yeah. The body powers the heart, and the heart powers the body. That's kind of cool.
Fucking endless loop.
I just pictured like you remember like the first Iron Man movie when what's her name, Penny, had to like change out his art.
Yeah.
I just pictured a surgeon doing that shit with that jewelry.
I mean, you got to look up the jewelry. It doesn't even go in the body whatsoever.
Yeah.
I know. If you got a pacemaker, I'm pretty sure it would.
Oh yeah, the pacemaker, yeah. But I mean, after they put it in, they just sew your ass up and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, overall it looks really cool, but that's about it.
Yeah, it looks cool, but it's just not practical. Nobody's ever gonna do it.
Yeah.
And it looks unsanitary.
Oh, especially that vein shit, because that was like, nah.
Yeah, that's like in your vein with blood coming out.
That's all open air and everything.
Well, they won't be using. Yeah, I feel bad for the people with calcium deficiencies that think that shit's cool.
I mean, I would probably mess with the blinker because it doesn't really do anything other than just sit on the bridge of your nose. I mess with that. But
yeah, but then you would get made fun of.
Well, yeah, but see, here's the thing: you hide it. You got to put that shit in your glasses. You know, like have some shades where it just sits there and you can't really see it, and then later on plug that shit up. You know what I mean?
Shades are that damn dark.
What?
If shades are that damn dark to hide it, I mean, sunlight shining through shades, you can just see the other shit like clearly sometimes.
I mean, but here's the thing: like you make it low profile. You don't make it obvious unless you want it to be obvious.
Anything that's exposed besides not being under clothes is going to be obvious. I think we have funny. Did my experiment tested the theory?
That was stupid. That was stupid.
You know what?
I sat there because they didn't want.
I sat there and watched you come up with that concoction. That's what made it stupid.
I saw him the whole time. Like
you are right here. I don't have to slap the camera. I can just kick over your fucking chair. Just try to test this shit.
Golly, no. What I'm saying is something that's that obvious. That's pretty much I think that's what she's going for. Something that's obvious. Is it a she or a guy?
It's a she.
Okay, yeah. Like that right there, it looks more obvious than anything else. It's not made to be low profile, but like Denonu was saying, get made fun of and shit. But I'm saying if you do it practically, like Google Glass, you know what I mean? Like that shit looks so low profile that sometimes you can't even tell that you're wearing it. You put something like that in glasses, just regular glasses, that instead of making it useless other than blinking, now it serves a purpose. So you can fucking see as well as charge your phone.
If you want to make
fuck with it.
If you want to make it like that type of low profile, make a watch out of it.
Yeah, I mean,
how you make a watch out of a blinker? I'm talking about specifically the blinker
Well,
that sits on your nose.
He was also
Yeah,
talking about
that's so
he was
cool.
talking about like the vein one.
Oh,
All
the
right?
vein one. See, I
Yeah,
was
like,
talking about. I was talking about the blinker though.
We're talking about the apparel in general. Like all of this, the whole apparel is up for discussion. Like any way you can make it. Like obviously, this is going to come off as more of like a fashion statement kind of thing. Maybe like props and cosplay and shit like that. More than it is for its actual use. Because I said it looks cool. It seems like something you would see at a bunch of conventions. But other than that, like I can't see somebody actually using this to charge their phone.
I'd rather
Just
get
to show off that it can charge their phone.
I'd rather get the LED shirt.
I don't know, man. If you can get a fucking thought dot, you can get something like this.
What is
It
a
looks-
thought dot?
I'm sorry. My
Like a
bad.
little
Maybe I
ball.
should have said that. It's a fucking dermal implant. Like you know what the chicks be having in their faces, like those piercings that look like they're coming straight out of the cheekbone.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is permanent. Like that's the doctors go into your flesh and pull up the surgeons, doctors, whatever. The people who implant it, they fucking take a plug of flesh out of your skin, like out of the meat of your bone, and then fucking put that shit in there. Yes, they do.
That's what they call a thought dot?
Yeah.
Because that's been around for
The way a
years.
dermal works is it's a little screw that goes into your skin, and then you get the jewelry separately that screws into that screw.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. I know what it is.
It's just a screw.
I had talked.
Pause.
Wait a minute.
Question: the thought dot or the dermos that goes right there?
No. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the dermals that go into into like the fucking face.
Yeah, but his question was just thought dots.
Okay, yeah. Well,
I'm just talking about how it's made. It's not a surgeon, it's a tattoo artist. It's a piercing.
My last coworker, well not coworker, the security chick told me she had two in her face that she has to hide now with fucking band-aids because of her job. She told me how they implant that shit in her face. They take little plugs of flesh out, insert like a little rod in there that will not come out. You have to remove it surgically and then put a screw on the top of that. That shit is permanent.
Now, they also make something called plugs that matches your skin tone that you can just put in there. She didn't need band-aids. I don't know what the hell she was thinking.
Hey, well, I'm just saying that's how she got the dermal.
Yeah,
And that's how they do like the fucking back dermals that go inside like the back and shit. It's like that to me, if you can get something like that that's useless, that's just for show, you can get something like this that is fucking like that will charge your phone while you're wearing it. Because a dot is that's just fucking for show anyway. You're just trying to prove a point that you can get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, to be honest with you, some of that shit ain't really cute, but like
people think it's cute.
Wow.
Yeah, people think it's cute. Like I say, it's just an apparel.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
At the end of the day, it's just an apparel. It's just something that's gonna look cool.
Just because I said just because they can get it, I didn't mean it like that. That's exactly why they're called thought dots. That's exactly.
God.
Sorry. Go ahead.
This subject is going on longer than it should.
I don't know. I just don't think it's practical. I mean, if they can do that with like a bridge on your nose, then why not make it into, let's say, like a really thick ring you can wear, and just move around with your hand.
Yeah.
And then have like a little cable that pulls from it that plugs into like a cell phone or something.
Wow, straight dressed in files reference.
Why not?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
Charge my phone.
Make like some web shooters and shit, some blood shooters.
Blood shooters.
Yeah, like Spider-Man. Coagulate your blood with some adhesive. Shoot
This
that
nigga always goes like 10 pages down the line. This nigga can't stay in the same fucking book. This nigga is just like off in the distance every time, dude.
like Spider.
Speaking of technology,
Vampires ski all over the place.
motherfucking Scarlett Johansson is up for the Ghost in the Shell movie, live action movie.
Yes.
I hope it matches with the anime and we see a naked Johansson jumping out of windows.
Bruh.
Going invisible.
Bruh.
The picture I saw of Scarlett Johansson, she was blonde. I don't think like if that was coming from the movie, like a little clip from the movie. Okay,
no, that's from her last movie.
Okay, good. Never mind. Maybe she'll do good, but I mean, to me personally, I think that they can get somebody better to play the part. It's just they're getting her because she's been in a lot of other movies.
Is this the actual first Japanese? No, because Dragon Ball Z would be the first actual Japanese animation that was translated to American.
They did a few. They just weren't good.
But
I'm gonna say what we're all thinking. I mean, her titties ain't big enough. I'm sorry. You had a lot of nakedness in Ghost in the Shell, and she kind of looks. I mean, I don't want to see her naked because then it would look like a 13-year-old boy flipping out of windows, landing on
damn,
top of
okay,
Big
time
Macs.
out. Is this? Am I the only one here who's like not amped to see her naked? Like, I love Scarlett Johansson, but I am totally not amped about seeing her naked.
But
Like,
wasn't
to
she
me,
in the fappening?
yeah,
nakedness.
yeah, she was already in the happening. The thing about it is, like, I'm not gonna go see Ghost in the Shell to see Scarlett Johansson naked. That's not gonna be the number one reason I go see.
Oh no,
Ghost in the Shell. I want to go see Scarlett Johansson play Ghost in the Shell because I know she can play that part well.
Straight up. See Ghost in the Shell just for the nudity?
This is how I would see it.
It was part of the reason I saw it.
All right. Okay.
You know,
Cool.
you had a lot of it.
Look at the trailer, like the original. If you look at the trailers for anime, they don't give a fuck. They'll show whatever.
Oh yeah,
And I've seen the trailer for Ghost in the Shell. The first thing when she shows, she's jumping out the damn window with fuck titties showing. Like it's like I'm gonna go watch this just because I saw that.
Like
And electric stuff.
overall, yes. That I mean, that's not. I'm not saying that's like a bad thing to go see because I mean, yes, especially how young I was when I first saw Ghost in the Shell. Yes, I saw that movie because of titties.
Exactly.
But I'm saying now in this day and age, like I want to see Ghost in the Shell because I mean, I'm not saying that I've seen too many titties, but I've seen enough titties not to be overly fucking excited about titties. You know what I'm saying? So. Like, if I were to go see Ghost in the Shell, I don't want it to just be titties. I want Scarlett Johansson to be a boss in this movie.
Yes.
That's overall what I want.
With her titties out.
No. Listen. It would turn out.
Be Orphan.
This movie would turn out to be like Swordfish. You don't know it's gonna happen, but when it happens, it's gonna be like, wow.
Yeah.
It was really depressing.
That is the only thing I'm gonna remember about this movie from now on. I don't even remember what Swordfish was about, but I remember Halle Berry and her breasts. That's it.
I remember three things about that movie: that Claymore bomb scene at the beginning, and Hugh Jackman getting the blowjob underneath of the desk while he was hacking, which was completely fake, by the way.
I don't remember.
You don't remember that scene?
No.
Where he was like, where he held the gun to his head and was like, "Yo, hack this computer. You have 60 seconds."
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
While Candy's giving you head or some shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, the only other part I remember was when Mos Def got his fucking hearing when he put cherry bombs in the toilet, and he came out with like toilet water in his afro and shit, and he couldn't hear.
See, now that's the wrong movie again.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's why I don't remember.
That was the Italian Job.
That was the Italian Job. It
That's
sure
the
was.
second time.
In that Swordfish, the Halle Berry scene. I was like,
Again,
oh, yeah,
see, that's
it's
it.
coming. It's Halle Berry. All the dudes in the theater's like, oh. And then she dropped the book, and we like.
Halle Berry's tits was in this movie for all of 7 seconds.
And that's the only thing I remember about the movie.
I just remember the dude's reaction.
Make a fucking classic.
And like, all the guys are like, yeah, come on, Holly. And then she, can I help you? And we all like,
yeah, it was too casual. You
Like,
can't
did you-
just be like,
what?
it was.
I thought they'd be
It's like
perfect.
if you have like a sister do it, and it's just like.
It's like that. It's like that kid on
man.
Christmas who finally got that PS4. He's like, yeah, it's a PS4. And then he opens it up and it's a PS2, and he's like,
Yeah, pissed off because he needs to return it back to the store because they sold him the wrong product.
Pretty much, yeah. That's
his dad was like, I saw your report card. Pick them grades up, and you might get the PS4 next time.
You can do your experiment now for the funny factor and go and mark that as a failure.
Anyway, all right, like, okay.
I would like to see her in this movie. Don't get me wrong. I mean, she was badass as Black Widow. That's cool. But I remember her last movie. You know, the one with that picture's from, the one where she gets all these badass, unlock 100% of your brain type powers.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And you were just doing it, and she was just doing some bullshit in that movie where it was like, okay, I can understand this. You know, this movie's making you out to be a badass, but it's just like, come on, you were doing some really weird and really some shit where it's like, hold on, you're looking at radio signals and deciphering them with your fingers like Minority.
It turned her into Aeon Flux.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me defend that by saying that shit ain't Scarlett Johansson's fault. Right? That's just straight up. That movie, like Scarlett Johansson tried to make that movie cool, but she just couldn't. And it's not her fault, right? The movie overall, the way it was written, the script and all that shit, it just wasn't that great.
Like Angelina Jolie and Tomb Raider.
Wait a minute.
Exactly.
Back to this part right quick though. The fucking Ghost in the Shell, it has that cyberpunk theme and everything, but the reason why it was the main character was so popular is that sex appeal. Like she walks around in a fucking onesie everywhere she goes.
All right, so who
Ain't no
would you
business
love?
suits in
Who
there.
would you love to see play her? Because there's really not a lot of action chicks with big tits.
Here's the way I feel about it. Whenever it comes to
How
crossover
does
live action
how does
movies,
Lucy Lawless still look? Like does she is she really old right now?
Yeah, kinda.
What?
Oh.
She was in like the new Agents of Shield, like in the first episode.
Dude.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
no.
Lucy Lawless is fucking buff as
can
hell.
can you give me
That's what I
give me a
expected to
second?
say.
Give me a second. The reason I said that was because I think about the Xena in my head. You know what I mean? Like Lucy Lawless as Xena.
And she was
So-
buff as fucking Xena.
Ah.
She was cut like a motherfucker.
Here's the question I want to really ask. Do you feel like Americans should have directed the Ghost in the Shell, or should we left it to the Japanese to make a live action based on their own creation?
Japanese.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I look at Samurai X, the live action Samurai X, the new one, that shit was good.
Yeah, no, the shit. Yeah, the shit was
He
awesome.
stuck to the script, and the actors look like the characters. When it comes to us making, live action movies based on things that we made, we pick the right people, the right writers, the right actors.
I don't know about that all the
No.
time. Not all the time, no. I mean, most of the time, yes, but not all the time.
George Clooney is Batman. That's all I'm gonna say. Arnold Schwarzenegger is Mr. Freeze.
Man,
Oh man, I'm kind of iffy about it because
pretty much everyone in that fucking movie was
The
not
movie-
right for the part.
In what movie?
That
The Hot Wheels
Batman
Batman.
Forever.
Oh.
Hot Wheels Batman movie. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
So DreamWorks is making this movie.
We made for stealth.
See, here's the thing. I have faith in DreamWorks, but the problem is like I've seen what America does to Japanese like oriented original movies, and
Yeah,
all I
the
can
fuck
say
out of
to
it.
DreamWorks is like, don't make me put you on my no watch list.
And
Like,
the thing about
I
it
will
is,
say fuck your company forever.
the thing about it is, I'm pretty sure DreamWorks has a big enough collection of nerds that they're not gonna let Ghost in the Shell go to shit. Like I hope the guy did, because I mean, most of the people in animation now are people who give a fuck about their animation and where they come from and their history. And I'm pretty sure most people who work at DreamWorks have been inspired by Japanese classic anime. So I'm pretty sure they're not gonna let this shit go to waste.
All I'm
Hopefully,
going to say is X-Men had a huge back following.
yeah, but ain't
That's
nobody said
American
shit.
though.
Ain't nobody said shit about that. Like, the fucked up part is like if you're gonna have people who are inspired and who are really like truly coming from a background of like, okay, yeah, we worked on the X-Men movie. Like I can't like if I did that, I would be afraid to say that I did and then let that shit go without saying shit. Especially if you're like the key grip or something, fucking hit somebody and be like, this shit is not getting fucking delivered because y'all have fucked this movie up all to hell.
Reminds me of Avatar. Like M. Night Shyamalan can't show his face anywhere.
Oh,
Anywhere, because he fucked it up, and that's what I'm saying. Like at this point, the nerd community is so huge, it's so massive, it's so like, it's just so widespread and so inspirational. Like you fuck shit up, you're going down. Like that's the end of your fucking career.
I think they threw so many bricks at that man's house. They built a house around his house.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
built a house around his house.
So I mean, they shouldn't fuck this up. Hopefully, they shouldn't fuck this up, and this will be great.
I'm gonna say it like this: if they do it right, they can go ahead and make a Cowboy Bebop live action movie.
I'm not gonna
In
say
Japan.
that because
In
I've
Japan.
seen something recently that kind of hurt my heart. I don't know how many of you seen the anime called Kite,
Oh, I've seen
anime
it.
/ hentai.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a live action movie with that with Samuel L. Jackson.
What?
Shit was ass.
In the live action hentai, Samuel L. Jackson?
No.
Sounds funny.
It was an anime / hentai, not
Yeah,
just
but they
not
made that live. They
plain.
made that live action, and they fucked up damn near everything about it.
Okay. time
Besides
out.
her using the gun with exploding bullets. Other than that,
I'm gonna let you be somewhat depressed now because Benedict Cumberbatch has already been cast for the live adaptation of Cowboy Bebop.
Are you
is playing,
serious?
He is playing Spike. Like that's been said. Y'all haven't heard?
Okay, wait a minute. I ain't gonna wait a minute. He's a good actor. He is a really good actor. I don't know how good he is at playing Spike though.
We need you to
better
put
than
your-
Keanu Reeves. That's all
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's what everybody else wanted was Keanu Reeves, but Keanu Reeves ain't gonna play a good Spike because he doesn't bring any kind of emotion. He just kind of sits dead and waits for shit to happen.
Mr. Wickman was it John Wick? John Wick.
Yeah.
Well, and in
Okay.
all honesty, it's
I'm thinking I'm back.
Keanu Reeves has
Like,
the
thinking I'm-
kung fu type movie background, but he doesn't have the like charming acting skills.
Yeah,
Wait, what are we talking about?
he's not likable.
Yeah,
Keanu-
Keanu Reeves as Spike from Cowboy Bebop.
Charming acting.
It wouldn't happen because
Man, he was
can't.
all right. Man, Spike was a
I
charmer
sense
in the
trench
fucking
coat in
movie.
this
That's
movie.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. He was charming. Yeah, he was Prince Charming. Yeah.
I sense Spike.
Wow, did I say Prince Charming? I said get the fuck. You see, you're just being a dick right now.
Shades.
All I'm saying is that Spike was a smooth talker. You can't. I don't see Keanu Reeves as a smooth talker. You know what I mean? He's just somebody like that just doesn't know shit. Like he's good at whooping ass in his movies, like Spike would be. But
Did you see
just
Tai
the
Chi
talking
Zero?
part.
Did you see Tai Chi 0?
I've seen fucking Man of Tai Chi.
Keanu Reeves in Tai Chi 0. No, it wasn't Tai Chi. Was it Tai Chi 0?
It was Tai Chi 0.
Okay, yeah. Keanu Reeves in Tai Chi 0 was like Key and Peele. Grapple and tackle. Enemies flying. Grapple and tackle. Oh no, it's a big snake. Jump. She went back into
Grapple
human
and
form.
tackle.
Grapple and tackle.
No, that's another movie. That's a 47 Ronin?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So while y'all had that conversation about Keanu Reeves and grapple and tackle, like let's go ahead and finish this one up and move on to the next one.
Yeah, on to the next one. That's how we feel.
And once you
Cumberbatch could be pretty
Sassy
good though.
Sassy.
Like if they could somehow like take him and let's say if he could somehow cut out that British side of him, you know, to where he doesn't appear to be British or sound British, that might work.
Yeah, I mean he's done that before in a movie. I'm pretty sure. I feel like he has.
I don't know, like the best. You know what he has? He's done that in. He wasn't really British in the Star Trek movie,
No.
and he had another movie where he was playing he wasn't a hacker. He was somebody that would leak information from different companies to WikiLeaks.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard that site? Yeah, so they
I think I
pretty
know
much
what movie
did
you're talking about.
they did a movie about WikiLeaks, and he was the guy who actually funded it and started it, and little drama, whatever. He didn't even sound British in that one. He was like all American type guy.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I'm totally down for Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm totally down for Scarlett Johansson playing Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, whoever they get to play Jet, they should get the guy who played Hellboy for Jet.
You know who
Ron
could-
Perlman?
Yes,
Yeah,
he would be a great Jet character.
You know who
he
could
would
play
be.
the lead character from Ghost in the Shell? Who was that? I'm thinking like a female actress from Game of Thrones. Probably like Daenerys, if she was a badass, because she has the body type.
But see, that's the thing. Like the chicks who have big boobs
Hmm.
don't really fight that much. Like, let's look at all the real badass chicks that we've already had. We've had Halle Berry. She's been kind of an action star. Angelina Jolie, Keira Knightley, Kate Beckinsale. And these are people, like, yes, they fight.
Ultraviolet
But they don't have...
from
What?
Aeon Flux. Who's the chick from Aeon Flux?
Wasn't it? No.
That was the chick from Underworld, wasn't it?
Yeah, the same chick from Underworld.
Hey, she would be
Yeah, well,
great. She would be a great.
the chick from Underworld is... The chick from Underworld is Kate Beckinsale. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a badass character for.
She would be.
The last
But
person
again,
I'm
she
thinking-
wouldn't have the body though.
Yeah,
No,
she does.
she
Yeah, she doesn't have big boobs.
No.
Like all the action star
She-
chicks don't have big
She
boobs.
is rich. She can get fake boobs.
just for one.
No, you don't. I'm sorry, you don't do that. You don't put fake boobs in a fucking movie.
Hey, what's the chick from the Resident Evil saga? Who's that?
I was about to say the same thing. I forget her name, but
I don't even know her fucking name, but she doesn't even have that big of boobs. You know what I'm saying?
So Kunovich or whatever. The
yeah,
Russian chick?
yeah.
Is it Djokovic?
Yeah, that's
like-
like that.
No,
You know what's
th-
funny in
We just-
American comics, like American movies, this probably wouldn't be an issue, but just because it's Japanese anime, because all their badass female characters have big ass breasts and like smoking bodies and shit, this is where it becomes like, okay, do you sacrifice acting for the look, or do you
Yeah.
get the look and
If it-
sacrifice acting?
And you think about Rogue, like the actual uncanny X-Men Rogue that we grew up with, and you look at how they did Rogue in this movie, I was kind of disappointed to look for Rogue. That girl was not
Who wasn't disappointing?
as fuck.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they could just alter her boobs a little bit via fucking editing. So
I mean, if they could turn Captain America into a skinny motherfucker and then make him all buff and shit, I'm pretty sure they could do that with.
we should definitely get the team from DOA to work on that.
Still, wow,
The jiggle effect.
wow.
Half the physics already in place.
I just imagine her like coming off the building and it's like flapping in the wind.
It's like copy and paste. Like just like do a green screen. There you go.
I'm just gonna say this last thing. Like, you know, for who we want to do it, I mean, I would say instead of us doing it, I'd leave it to the Japanese. I want to make like, I want to have the art design of the guy who makes Ghost in the Shell. I forget what his name was.
That guy's
And then I want to have that made by Studio Ghibli,
Oh.
so it looks nice. And then just have it all be CG.
Let's get the writers from Studio Ghibli.
I would love CG. I
With-
would love a
with,
CG.
with Kokia to do the intro. There you go.
I can reason with that.
And Hideo Kojima to do the plot twist.
Wow.
Yeah, but then the movie be 10 hours long, and then you
Yeah,
wouldn't be able to
right.
follow shit.
There's a difference.
Motherfucker already got like 20-minute cutscenes and shit.
So since I was told by a member of the podcast to work on my segue, Hatred the video game.
Yes. Hatred the video game. Has anybody read up on this?
I
have
have read a few little bits and pieces here and there.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna say about this. This trailer hits out of fucking nowhere.
Wait a
It's
minute.
like this-
Why-
it's this-
tell people what it's about. What's
Oh, I'm gonna tell you what it's about. Right. So this trailer hits. Right. It's. I think it was at the Comic-Con or something like this. So this trailer hits. It's like black and white. You got this goth metalhead with long black hair wearing a trench coat, giving this dramatic monologue about how like he's sick of the world. He lives his life in darkness, and he's ready to go out and take as many people as he can with him. This dude's loading up his AK with a bunch of fucking grenades and a knife, and this motherfucker walks out the door and shoots every motherfucking body he can, and then Hatred slaps on the fucking title screen in all black. That is Hatred. Can you guess what the controversy is about that?
you're killing innocent people
You're going on a
for
fucking
no reason.
You're going on a fucking massacre
murder
in
spree.
an over the top, mindless murder spree.
Yeah, that's gonna be banned in America before it even started.
Actually,
no.
it's not.
It's like, no, it would sell here and be banned everywhere else.
Mhm.
Let me tell you exactly why this game is actually going to sell more than we think it is. Because of its approach, it's gotten so much attention now. People just want to fucking play it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because people blew up about it. Kotaku blew about it. IGN, everybody was talking shit about it. But they've gotten so popular now. Like pretty much, if you haven't seen the trailer yet, you haven't really been paying attention to the gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now they're saying that yes, this game is probably going to sell pretty well. And they even like the studio was even like, yeah, no, we want it to be like the shock factor so we can try to get noticed. But now that everybody's getting mad about it, we're not going to change the game. Like, this is exactly what it wanted. It's a mindless killing game. That's exactly what it is. You don't read too far into it. That's the end of it.
If anything, if they keep getting more publicity about this and more hatred, they will probably put an extra bonus stage in there where they go into an orphanage. You know what I mean? And just slay everybody. Just to show people like, hey, this is the game. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but
Touching that.
You are
my
You ain't
biggest
gotta touch
issue
it.
with it,
Just
my,
saying.
my biggest issue with the whole controversy is like, so I mean, this is taking a game. I mean, you're pretty much making a game made out of like a slice of GTA. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing stopping you from going on a killing spree in GTA. You know what I'm saying? So you just take
stars.
you're taking a slice of GTA and you're making, okay, let's just make it a game about what everybody loves to do in GTA and just let them have at it. Like, just
Yeah.
you just go on a mindless fucking killing spree. So I don't get what the controversy is about this game. Granted, I can see why they're kind of like why it got that way at first, but if you sit and think about it, it's like, yeah, we have GTA, we have all these other games like Postal and all this other shit that have come out, Manhunt, that have come out through the years. Why all of a sudden we want to be so pissed off about this game?
I think it's because GTA doesn't have a story. I'm sorry, go ahead.
When the Postal 2 game came out, for the first 2 years, it was banned in America.
Yeah, but it still hit.
Eventually,
Underground.
because
It's not sold in stores.
Postal 2 is still illegal to sell in the U.S.
What is that game that Manhunt? Y'all remember that game?
Armageddon also banned in America. Where
Man,
you kill spree.
Manhunt was where you actually hunt people. They
Yeah.
actually made that an adult-only game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but they were criminals though.
He was on a game show in Manhunt.
I thought those were demons he was hunting.
No, it was people.
No.
That's enough.
Yeah, but I'm saying, okay, from then till now, like it's been like 180. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where everybody in the everybody in the gaming industry is exposed to just mindless killing. So why is everybody tripping about it?
Well,
Like
see,
at first, I could see why you're like mad about it. When you first see the trailer, you're like, "Oh shit, this is kind of really dark and really stupid." But then you kind of sit and think, you're like, "Oh, okay, now I can see exactly why they went about this because this is the funnest part about GTA sometimes."
Yeah, but I don't think they're making it for the fun though. I just think
yeah,
it's I can understand why they're doing it. I know to me, I'm mad not because they're making a violent game, but because they're it's like why would you make a game based on all the already people's negative stigmas towards video gaming, and that's the industry that you're gonna make your product in. It's like you're only showing the negatives. I mean, granted, I'm probably gonna still play it. I'm probably gonna do a let's play of it, but it's not gonna I mean, hinder my enjoyment out of it, but it's just like there's no kind of context. There's no kind of, at least in GTA, your main goal
yes,
isn't they don't tell you go out and kill civilians.
yeah.
That's not the point of the game. The point of the game is to commit crimes, and it's a crime simulator. The point in, other games when you kill, civilians, like I know people always talk about Modern Warfare 2 in the airport scene, is, you're there for something else, and it's just we choose to commit murder and run over civilians and
When I
kill
was playing,
cops. That's something
I
we
remember that
choose.
scene when I was playing that scene, the Modern Warfare 2. I was over there just, yeah, shoot over their shoulders, shoot over their shoulders. Yeah, I got this guy. Shoot over his shoulder. Run, dumbass, run.
And there's plenty of people out there who, they'll play a game and they'll try to not kill people because they're just that nice kind of person where it's just like I'm gonna do only what the game wants me to do.
The
I'm not.
passive challenge.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out of my way to not kill people.
Hey, I'm
not one of
sorry.
those people.
I'm sorry, right quick. Can you show your shirt?
Oh,
You can't read it, but it says Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. I don't know if I was a chick, I wouldn't want to go there. That motherfucker has a lightsaber in his hand. I mean, that's pretty much my thought on it. Is that stuff like GTA and all these other ones, they give a story, but your main objective is something completely different. All this other stuff is optional. This is a game that takes that optional shit and makes it the main priority. Kill innocent people for no apparent reason, just because you hate everybody.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do you one better. You remember the game State of Emergency?
I want to say it sounds familiar.
It was the game where you pretty much ran up in a mall with an AK-47 and just shot everything that moves.
No shit.
Rockstar made it. It wasn't that great of a game. It was a bomb kind of game, but it was really fucking fun to play. Like I don't know why, but you would just run around a mall and shoot everybody you fucking could in like 3 or 10 minutes.
Hold on.
I mean, I look at it like this: Rockstar also made Manhunt.
Yeah,
They did.
Yeah.
they also Rockstar made Manhunt.
and the other controversial game was Bully.
Yeah, Bully.
Yeah,
Was
but that was the stereotype.
That's another time.
That's a
That's another type of
stereotype
game,
game,
though.
though.
Going around.
Yeah.
Kids.
But the thing about it is like this game is meant to be like yes violent and graphic and shit, but it's also like just over the top with the shit. Like when you hear his monologue, it's just fucking like
Oh,
just taking. It's just like taking every metal lyric you ever heard and putting it into a sentence. That's pretty
yeah,
much
but his
all it is.
monologue, when I first heard it in the beginning, I was like, wow. I was like, so this is what Hollywood's reboots have brought the movie trailer guy to. I was like, he's gonna go out and just start killing people? Like, that's how you feel? Like,
It's fucking rain death in Hollywood.
In a world where I no longer give a fuck, I travel to Hollywood and slay everyone in my path.
I fucking hate this life.
I star in
I am
this shit.
I am more than just my voice.
Oh man.
But I don't know.
Suck.
I mean, the whole game. I don't know about those games where this is the kind of shit that they show in the movies that people that look just like this going out there slaying a whole bunch of people with the AK-47s. You see this on the news all the time about killings in schools and things like that, and then you make a game out of it. And I know that probably the stuff that has happened, like with the school shootings and stuff, have happened probably after they was already making the game, like in development or whatever. Because it takes 4 years to develop a game or some shit like that. So I think this hits a little bit too close to home for a lot of people who are victims of like that kind of violence in society. This like to me, I would consider this like making a fucking terrorist hijacking game, you know, like maybe 2 years after the 9/11 incident. You know what I mean? Like that's something that may be a little bit too touchy of a subject to do a game based on. And this is, to me, this is it, because they showed this so many times in movies, in TV shows, and it's actually happening in real life. And now it's like it's sitting there and giving you that option to play as that character with almost no underlying story whatsoever. Not trying to. It doesn't even seem like you're trying to understand the character. And even if you do, it's like, do you really want to learn that lesson? You know what I mean? Like
The thing
maybe
about it is-
this
the thing-
motherfucker has a point. You know what I'm saying?
The thing about it is, they were in an interview. They were talking about. They were saying there's more. There's a lot more to the game than just like the monologue and shit. But that's just what they wanted to show off for the shock factor. Like, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like a story or some shit. You're gonna see like, what drove him to this point, or blah 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 blah. Or there's gonna be like some underlining story or some twist or shit that might happen. I mean, it might not, but who knows? But he said as of right now, they just did that part strictly for the shock factor, which got them the publicity they wanted. Obviously, they
All I
did their
know-
fucking job.
They put damn near everything that they say is wrong with violent video games in the trailer. You got fucking motherfuckers shooting cops, shooting regular people, and then you got a close up of him holding a woman and shooting her in the face. It's like,
I thought that shit was hilarious that her head
I'm
just
just-
disappeared.
yeah.
I mean, I thought that part was awesome. I mean, I'm like the most anti-violent person you'd ever meet, but I thought that was awesome animation wise.
Oh, I mean, animation wise, yeah.
Yeah,
But
like, with the screaming and everything, I was like, hey, if you're gonna do it, hey, you
I mean, they went all out. They went balls deep in that thing and went all out.
Overall, the inner chaotic evil person inside of me is gonna have fun with this game.
Yeah,
Sure.
but hopefully that evil, chaotic person just doesn't go out there and actually do that shit.
Why would I do that? Like, I'm not influenced by video games enough for me to actually go out and go on a 20-person kill this.
Did you hear about that 14-year-old who was influenced by Superman, thought he can fly, had a fucking bath towel on his neck, and jumped off the roof of his house?
That's a 14.
well, that's just nature getting rid of the weak.
Damn, simple, right there.
I mean, we're just gonna say it. There are a lot of people in the world who need to be weeded out.
Hey, so you saying that they're like the, what is that? The lemur, the wait a minute, the lemmings, yeah, fucking too stupid to fucking exist, and they just jump off a cliff.
Yeah.
My question would not be, why did he jump off or why was he influenced? My question was like, where was your parents to allow him to go on the roof in the first damn place?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, he's Superman, he's fast, so they probably couldn't catch him. I roll for that, but still though. I mean, this is a game that's gonna have to be regulated some kind of way.
It's probably gonna get an adult rating, and if it does, okay. I mean, it's still gonna sell. People are still gonna play it.
I will be in my local pawn shop. I mean, not pawn shop, porn store, getting that game.
I mean, I would just love if the game, if it was about this guy going around killing people, I want to know why. Like, I want the first 2 levels of that game to be like a boring ass job where you have to catch the bus home and have it be like an actual time where it's like takes 45 minutes to get him to that frustrated point, and then you just be like, you know what, fuck it, and then that's when you do what you do. So like a social commentary kind of sort of thing where it's kind of like puts you in the mind of somebody who was like that to experience, or at least how, what they would go through before they would do something like this.
Yeah.
That would be a great game to me.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. What's next?
Okay, I was just on a lighter note. Fucking Disney comes out with a video game called Harold.
How you gonna talk about mass murder and then just jump? Are we talking about mass murdering our childhood?
We have to pull a 180.
I said on a lighter note. Gotta work on those segues.
I mean, if you want to put a lighter note, you brought that little dog animation that's going around.
Wait a minute, what?
Disney didn't make it.
What?
That's why I told you to remove that from it.
Disney did not make Harold?
Disney-inspired game, Harold.
Yes.
Oh.
I keep telling you to
Okay,
change
well,
it.
you didn't tell me to change it.
It's inspired by.
If
Disney
you told
and
me
Chuck
to, I
Jones.
would have done it. I would have fucking changed it. All I know is that when I read it, like right now,
Nigga, you
it
procrastinate.
actually hired veteran Disney animators. So I'm gonna say Disney made the shit. Cause Disney veterans fucking did the animation for it. There you go.
Disgruntled Disney employees makes game called Harold.
Okay, well just fucking talk about the game then. since you want to fucking correct
There's
people
not a
and
killing.
shit.
Oh, Mickey hatred.
I got nothing.
Okay, so
Does he use a paintbrush?
the thing that makes Hero so is the adventure genre. It doesn't really get that much attention here in America. It's big in Europe and everything else, but here we only have very few titles like Beyond Two Souls, few others like indie games that come to the PlayStation Store, like what's that robot puzzle game that we were playing?
So this is pretty much an adventure puzzle game. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's an adventure puzzle game that's coming out.
Trying to revitalize a dead genre.
Not
Well,
really. It's very much alive. It's just it's not popular here. They're trying to repopularize it. But the thing that makes this game so very unique is its art style. Remember how Wind Waker was for Zelda? This one is actually truly traditionally drawn and painted. The whole traditional way that Disney used to do their animation styles.
Like Odin Sphere. They're bringing the pixel back.
In a sense, but like I said, how Disney did the traditional animation styles with the paper animation, they're doing this in a video game.
aspires to be first game with the quality of a Disney movie.
Classic Disney movie.
But it just says quality of a Disney movie. It doesn't
So
say
there's
classic.
expect a lot of musicals going on in that bitch.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Alex the Dark!
My input on this game is I'm probably gonna pick it up for mobile because that actually looks really, really cool.
Well, it says digital download only.
It's like it has a mobile thing, right? I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
That's on PCs.
No. That's Square Enix.
It says planned for release on Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, and PCs in early 2013.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna pick it up.
So
for
has it
PC.
come out already? This says 2013.
No, it's released in next spring, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure because like when I looked at the interview, it said released for next spring.
Oh,
Oh.
my name's not Minion.
So yeah, that's
Alright.
your
Just imagine Mickey saying my name's not Minion.
Your name's not Minion. What?
So this is something that I really want to get into.
Post link later.
Not this part, but I guess it just kind of
It's a league joke.
goes right into that. Speaking of League, Square Enix anime MOBA Lord of Vermilion is arena alpha testing gameplay trailer revealed. This is, you want to speak on this, Spectre?
Yes, this is pretty funny. So, Riot Games announces that they're bringing League of Legends to Japan here pretty soon next year. Square Enix gets a hold of this and they're like, no, this is our house. Fuck that. So they decide to make their own MOBA to battle League of Legends in popularity in Japan. Their
Cloud
gameplay
for
style,
the win. Cloud the win.
I don't think they're gonna be like, this is a Final Fantasy type thing, but it's called Lord of Vermilion. It's not.
it's called Lords of Vermilion because
You're not gonna see Cloud and all those other people in the game.
As a person in the big MOBA scene, I don't think it's gonna do that well. Like as much as I want to say that yes, it's gonna have a fighting chance against League of Legends and shit. Unless Square Enix employees have played League of Legends, they're gonna have no idea how to fucking work a MOBA, because there's a lot of checks and balances you have to put when it comes to a MOBA.
Yeah, and the gameplay is slightly a little bit different from League of Legends, whereas you're actually able to upgrade your minions as well.
I mean, I saw a bit of the gameplay earlier, and it looks like it looks really good. Like the idea's there, but I don't see, and they have to stick strong with it. But I don't see them making a big impact in the MOBA industry until about 2 years down the line.
Yeah,
Because-
always like that.
Well,
Yeah,
when I
because
think MOBAs, I think about RPG elements, and Square's made some pretty good RPGs, legendary ones at that.
I mean, overall, yeah, it seems like they're gonna. It seems like they're gonna try to mix the MOBA and RPG genre into one little nice, cool little MOBA. But like at the same time, like the checks and balances in the game, they already look like unstable. Like just from the trailer, I can see there's a lot of OP shit that's gonna need to be toned down.
Yeah,
A lot of OP shit.
yeah.
Like just seeing the first 4 abilities, you're like, oh no, that ain't gonna work.
And you think they would actually went with their flagship Final Fantasy instead of one of their old games that was only released in Japan.
But see, you say flagship Final Fantasy. Wait a minute, right quick. Can anybody see my webcam?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
ADC Squall.
You say Final Fantasy, but every single Final Fantasy wasn't the same. So it's,
Yeah.
I mean, if they do like a Final Fantasy like and call it something else, where it's like a bundle of everyone put together, but
But
this is Square Enix. They ain't gonna do that shit.
Well, I mean, if that would be honestly, that would be a better way to do things.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but
And,
what
like,
I'm saying is
what
that
about
they still won't
if you
do
want
it though.
if you wanted them to
Urgies?
Huh?
Urgies, the fighting game that Square put out that featured every single character from
oh
the
yeah, it was like a 3D kind of like Power Stone kind of yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
I've never seen that.
It was fun as hell. I'll say that.
Yeah, it was fun as hell.
They're doing that.
But the thing is, like, okay, if they really wanted to come into the mobile game strong, they would use the Final Fantasy VII characters,
Exactly.
and then just kind of transfer. Because I mean, as soon as you put Final Fantasy on something, it's gonna fucking sell.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have enough people in the Final Fantasy world to be like, okay, this dude's obviously tanky, this dude's ADC, this dude's a fucking mage.
I think it would be nice if they use the champ.
out there.
What happened?
You got 17 Final Fantasy games out there. Exclude 2. You actually got 15 because the other ones were just online Final Fantasies. Yeah, but even still, they had characters that was overall part of the story, and they have classes. When it comes to Final Fantasy, it's all about the classes anyway. So you have all that to explore as far as champions and champion different or tropes, whatever.
Yeah, different classes as well to explore. There's 17 different types of mages. You can have 17 different types of, what's it called?
I think it would actually be nice if they used the summoners from Final Fantasy. You know, like
GFs, the Guardian Forces.
yeah, the Guardians. Like I would see them using those characters because they barely change from Final Fantasy to Final Fantasy. Those are the ones that stay consistent.
You can use both of those. In fact, if you wanted to, you can have like a pet system to where you're fighting alongside of a chosen GF and still have your character skills.
I'm talking about to make it like League though. To make it like League, you got your main champion and you got minions. I would see
But you don't
they
want
have so many different like fucking actual monster guardian summoners from Final Fantasy that you can use those as champions and then just find another minion system.
You can probably use them like towers, but when it comes to making a game, you don't want to fucking clone somebody else's product. That's lawsuit.
Yeah.
This is Square Enix. How is it? Well,
I mean, okay, here's
okay.
this,
Look
here's
at the DC one, the DC fucking Infinite Crisis. That's damn near like a clone of League of Legends, but you got DC characters.
I tell you, I care. I can tell you, I have the most genius idea of how they can make this work. All right, first of all, they can title it something else, but make sure they have either Square Enix or Final Fantasy in that motherfucker, right? Now you have your own little set new age of like these champions in this roster that you have, but because you're Square Enix, you can have like, okay, look, you can have Cloud this weekend or Squall this weekend or blah blah blah, or like, we can add the whole Final Fantasy roster in this motherfucker just to have fun. Not only do we have this whole new roster of champions that are specific for this MOBA, but you're also able to use Final Fantasy characters. On top of that, you have your summoner spells in League of Legends. In this game, you could switch your summoner spells to have certain summoners. Like, you can straight up summon, like, Behemoth or, Knights of the Round if you're a boss, you know what I'm saying? You have to do, but you would have to make it do something like, in order to make that fair, you would have to accomplish certain things for you to be able to do certain summoners. Because ain't no way that you could be like, okay, yes, I could use Knights of the Round every 3 minutes when I fucking want to. No, you should have to, like, I have to go clear out the jungle and kill 3 people in a matter of, like, 5 minutes in order to get this summoner spell. So they have a lot of potential to do stuff. They just got to really open up the creative like aspect to really do it.
Exactly.
And I think one thing that they could possibly do, I mean, as somebody who never probably touched a MOBA in his life except for that one League game that we played. An interesting way that I think that they can go about doing it, even though they probably won't, is let's say you have different factions in the game. I mean, I don't know how League works. I know you have the bunch of people you can pick from. But let's just say in this, you have different factions. Each faction could be a different Final Fantasy game. So whereas when I'm picking mine, okay, I'm picking Final Fantasy 7. And then somebody else is picking, let's say, Final Fantasy 8. Right? Or let's say Final Fantasy 5. Where your champions are the heroes from those various games. Cloud, Sephiroth, whatever, right? And then your minions could be, let's say, like the Shinra soldiers.
Yeah.
That worked for the Mako company, and then like in Final Fantasy V, you would have the soldiers that be walking in the little mechs, so where you can live out, at least kind of live out, my game is better than your game, and then you can tailor their, let's say, their upgrades to how their character upgrades were in their various games. Whereas like if you pick the one from 7, you can upgrade using like slots like material slots and stuff like that to improve your champion in some kind of way. And then in the other games, however they chose to upgrade something, you can go ahead and do that too. You know, that to me, at least from somebody who doesn't play MOBAs, would be an interesting twist because, like like you guys said, mostly every popular MOBA is somehow based on League. I mean, I'd rather see something different than League because I mean, you don't want to compete with the same exact thing because otherwise people are gonna be like, well, what's the point? I can just stick with what I already got.
Exactly. Especially
You're just putting a Final Fantasy skin on it.
Yeah, especially something that's already like so fucking successful at what it is. Like somebody
Yeah.
something that's like the fucking father of all of it is like, really, man, you're my son. Get out of here.
Yeah, you got to do something that League doesn't do.
And
You have to bring something new to the table.
They could easily accomplish that because they have the gameplay mechanics to do something, you know, because like a lot of things in leagues, it doesn't involve any timing or, you know, I mean, yes, a little timing here, you have to time your cooldowns and blah, 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 but there's nothing where you really have to time your abilities with. Like, if they decided to put like Squall into the game, you can say, yeah, your Q is a certain ability, but if you cast your Q and then auto attack and then hit your Q at the same time you auto attack, not only do you hit him with that AA, but you shoot him while you're shooting. You know, you shoot him while you get that auto attack off and do that double damage. But this is all involves on your Q time, and this isn't just something you can just fucking cast as you wish. You know, and they have the gameplay mechanics to put those little small little challenges in there, so they can be a great MOBA. They just, like I said, really have to plug in the mental limit and just get really creative with it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
So next subject, guys.
Segue.
HBO's Real Sports covers.
Wait, I was gonna say something before we start. Comments, subscribe below, and definitely cast your vote on who you think is gonna win, Square Enix or Riot.
Are we talking about the long run or the short run? Because I'm still
the long run. The long run. If they actually do tap into their creative genes.
If they tap into the creative genes, yeah, Square Enix. But if they don't, Riot. Because I mean, Riot just straight up. You heard about the World Championships recently? They straight up sold out Korea. So
they even had a pay-per-view for it.
Congratulations to Samsung White, by the way, for whooping that ass.
Yeah.
Speaking of pay-per-view, HBO's Real Sports covers first scholarship esports team in the U.S. Samsung White is a scholarship funded team for League.
No shit.
Yes.
The League is putting people.
They are their first scholarship esports team in the U.S. in the entire U.S. So, saying the CEO and co-founder of League of Legends says that I believe in my lifetime esports will be part of the Olympic Games.
That's shooting the bar too high.
Yeah, no, I believe
he didn't say that was his goal. He just said he believes that it would happen.
I think there's going to be like a Olympic kind of themed gaming event for certain games.
I do too.
But it's certainly not going to be like part of the Olympics itself.
But wait a minute, there are things that are part of the Olympics that can be construed as, is that really a fucking sport? You know what I mean? Like
Mario Party?
No. Wow, really?
He means the actual Olympics.
We're talking about the actual Olympics.
I just picture like what game or what genre would you put in the Olympics?
Okay, but look at what the Olympics are now. It's almost anything that you're good at.
Yeah.
Like fucking what do you call that ice thing?
The fucking when they like scrape your face.
Yeah.
I was fucking get it.
Like, hold on, dude. First off, that's like air hockey mixed with fucking janitorial work. You're scraping the ground in front of it, so I mean, like, come on, how is that really a sport? And I fucking apologize to people out there who think that's a sport, and you're like, fuck you, I train hard all the fucking time. Like, dude, League of Legends players train just as hard. They may not be working any muscles other than their fingertips and their brain, but they fucking train just as hard as Olympic people do.
The Olympics is just meant to be a display of human athleticism. As far
human feats.
Physical. That's what it comes down to, is physical.
Honestly, I think now the Olympics
Video games is more mental than anything. Video games is more mental and strategy and reactions.
Wait a minute.
Actually physically training
chess. Isn't chess a part of the Olympic Games?
No, it's not.
No, it's
okay,
not.
wait a minute. There was an awkward sport that's a part of the Olympic Games that I couldn't see as being a fucking sport.
I
just
don't
remember.
Are you talking about ping pong?
Lacrosse?
No,
Ping pong you get exercise. You get a shit ton of exercise in tabletop tennis.
overall,
I don't know, I got-
my main point is if they're gonna have an Olympic vid for gaming, it's gonna be its own fucking event. That way, it's like, okay, you got the League of Legends over here, you got the, who's better at Mortal Kombat over here, who's got Street Fighter over here, fighting games maybe as a whole.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah,
You know-
fighting as a whole, it has to be like the person can go through every person in every single fighting game.
Yeah, like just different genre of games, and you have like these Olympic champions coming forth. But like I said, I think it's going to be a totally different thing than the actual Olympics, and it might occur as often as the Olympics do, but it will not occur the same day as the Olympics.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. I know excuse me, fucking race walking, pistol dueling, rope climb. It's like there's weird tug of war. Is that really was a track and field Olympic sport? Wait a minute, look. Tug of war was a track and field Olympic sport in the 1900s, 1904, 1908, 1912, and 1920 games. So some of these things they get taken out. So
Did you say pistol dueling?
Yeah.
it says pistol dueling.
We need that bro back.
So there was
I
never
would love
silver.
that.
We need
That's how you prove
There was
who's
never
the
a
best.
silver or bronze in that sport.
You just got
You know
gold.
when you got gold.
Like, okay, so what second place get? A fucking pine box. That's what second place gets. So here's the thing though. Like, I know it's everyone is saying that okay, it's supposed to be a physical type thing, but mental capacity is just the same. You train your brain just like you train a muscle. The brain is still considered a muscle. I don't care how much you fucking shake your head. I'm gonna finish my point. Like, these guys have to train so hard to do this. Not everybody can be a track star. Not everybody can be a football player or do any of these other sports that these athletes can do. Like, there has to be a baseline somewhere where you're
pole dancing in the Olympics.
And that's what makes it unique.
fuck it. I'm done.
Here. I'll go
I'm
ahead.
done.
I will defend Terrence to the fact
I'm
that
done.
I will
Shit.
defend Terrence to the fact that
Pick that laptop up.
when it comes to League of Legends, there's a lot of things you got to keep in mind when you're doing fucking anything. Like, you got to constantly have a strategy about every fucking move you make, just about, and the whole playing field as a whole. Because you go like when you first set out playing League, you don't give a fuck about it. Like, you just kind of like, oh, my object is to kill this motherfucker and get to the goddamn Nexus. But when it becomes more competitive scene, now you're like, okay, how much mana do I have? What are my cooldowns doing? Do I have vision over here? Where's the fucking jungler at? Can I push? Can I back up? How's bot lane doing? Can I move the bot lane? Shit, can I steal this jungle because the jungler's not here? And it's so much different strategy and things you got to worry about when you're playing League that, yes, it almost has to be trained. You have to train yourself to think like that in a lot of ways. So I can see why this is going to become more of an Olympic sport, because it improved your feet. Like, if you saw the Samsung White game, the shit that they did in that game, like, it's just a smart shit too. How quickly they got vision at, like, the 2-minute and 15 mark. They were deep in Royal Club's jungle with vision. Their jungle couldn't do a damn thing. And as a rookie, you don't see that shit. So even when you're in like gold and platinum, you don't see, okay, hey, our object is to make sure the jungler can't gank nobody. That's a bit of strategy. It's all about like chess when it comes to League of Legends in a lot of ways. So that's stuff that's mentally taught. That's why I think it's going to be straight up an Olympic sport one day.
That's what I was trying to say. That's exactly what I was trying to say. The other part is, you're thinking about shit that's been going on forever. Shit changes. When you have 32 million people viewing this thing as a sport, something's got to change. You know what I mean? Like, that's when people are like the guy for ESPN. He was like, "Oh yeah, League of Legends is not a sport." Yet ESPN3 did coverage of the fucking championship game. You're treating it like a sport, even though you're not calling it a sport. Plus,
ESPN also covered Magic games.
Let me say this before you go on a huge rant. There's a reason why there's a letter E in front of the sports when it comes to League of Legends, and there's a reason why there's actual sports when it comes to the Olympics. One is actually physical, where you have to be at a human peak physical, while the other one is more mental and strategy. Those things are different.
I look at it like this.
I can see it as like a digital Olympics as opposed to the regular Olympics.
it's still a part of the Olympics. It doesn't matter what form it comes in. Like I said, sports doesn't have to be one fucking thing. If you can turn fucking putting a basketball in a fucking hoop, you know what I'm saying, a sport, or if you can turn fucking pushing hockey pucks on ice and sweeping in front of it a sport, you can damn sure turn this motherfucker into a sport too. That's all I'm saying.
I
Oh,
look
and
at
the
it
thing,
like this. I mean, it doesn't matter what they call it, whether if it's technically a sport or an e-sport. It's gonna be as time goes on, as people learn how to deal with, let's say, gaming and internet culture. It's gonna become more popular. And yeah, it may not technically be a sport, but it's gonna be like the WWE. It's gonna be like the greatest sports entertainment or some shit,
Yeah.
where it's just gonna be just as popular. Maybe it might take 20, 30 years, but it's going to be just as popular as the regular Olympics, except that's going to be all physical shit. This is going to be gaming. That's it.
yeah, I think
They just might not call it a sport. It's going to be called something else, but it's going to be the same exact shit.
until they come up with a different name for esports, that's going to be the only thing separating, like, straight up professional athletes from computer athletes, because we don't even we don't even have like another name for esport players besides athletes. Technically, this isn't
Pro
an
gamers.
athletic kind of sport. Like, you technically can't call somebody who plays video games all day an athlete.
Well,
But
no.
that's all. But that's all we have to call them right now, because technically we've turned this into a sport. We've turned this into a competitive scene. We've turned this into something major. 35 million people watching on fucking Twitch, like that shit is it's a thing of its own. Now it is a giant monster of its own.
Yeah.
I mean, if regular sports can fill a stadium, then League of Legends sure damn did. Based on the pictures and the videos I'm seeing. So
Yeah.
what the fuck?
I mean, I'm not arguing on the fact that, like, yeah, it would be cool to see it as an Olympic, but to classify it as the same thing as a physical sport and a mental sport, that's like saying a basketball player should be paid just as much as a professional chess player.
Yeah, that's
Why
what I'm
shouldn't
saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. No,
What's wrong with that?
eventually, one day, like, there's gonna be fucking computer gamers. There's already a dude in South Korea, making six figures a year for
Yeah.
just playing video games. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure it's gonna get to the point really, really fast where there's gonna be computer players getting more than some
See,
basketball players.
Here's the other idea is that the Olympics is supposed to be showing off physical peak human condition, but the problem with that is how the media has been taking it. It's not sports versus sports or player versus player. It's country versus country. That's what
Yeah.
it really is. Because at the end of the day, what do they show? They show all the stats of every country, who has the most gold medals, who has the most medals in general, who's like the fucking losers. You know what I mean? Like, they show that. And then when you look at league, what happens now? It's country versus country. Who is the top teams in the fucking United States? Who's the top teams in Korea, China? Like, that's what it comes down to. They no longer say the names of the fucking teams. They say fucking China is doing this, Korea is doing this, America is doing this. Like, they're turning it into like an Olympic type thing where it's country versus country.
Yeah, and how else do you get like a huge ass following? You make them proud of one thing that they can all relate to, each other, their country.
But see, that's what I mean. It's like it almost is an Olympic event by itself by turning it into a country versus country thing, because that's what the Olympics is.
Yeah, it's its own style of Olympics.
Yeah, so I don't really see the big difference if you're actually gonna try to include it in an Olympic event one day, just one day. That's all I'm saying.
Oh no, yeah, no, it's officially going to become its own event. Like, because technically this is already an Olympic event. The fact that you already got, like, if you really think about how the Olympics are, it's all these countries coming into one place and just duking it out on these different sports. And this is pretty much what League did in the past couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? You got people like, you got Crepo from Europe, you got XPK from Europe, you got this dude from Berlin, you got Cloud9 from America, you got all these different teams coming all into South Korea to duke it out, and everybody's talking to everybody. Everybody's so friendly in this environment. Everybody's cool and having this competitive scene and shit. The esports world has come together in one place just to watch a game of League of Legends. That is technically an Olympic event right there.
Can you imagine that? All right, there's already 1 million people something draw for the Olympic Games, right? Just for the Olympic Games, and that's for a whole bunch of shit. Now, can you imagine them adding that to the Olympics? Now you got that whole draw for the Olympics, and you got another 30-something million people from around the world coming to your Olympic event just for League.
And that's why I
That's
think
even more money.
that's why I think Olympics is going to be its own thing.
Yeah.
That's why I think, because there's so much more to it than League, because the most paid gamer is not even in League. He's in StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
It's a StarCraft 2 player that's making that much money. And then you got people up from Dota coming up. Justin Wong, the fighting game legend, like, he's making buku counts of money, and he doesn't even do that much. He just goes to a fighting tournament every now and then, and he's bringing it down. She can travel wherever the fuck he wants to.
Movie card too. You have, like, there's a shit ton of really, really top tier professional gamers out there.
Yeah, professional gaming is a fucking thing now, whether you want to admit it or not. Like, it is a sport, technically a sport now. Like I said, until they find another title from it, sport and esport is the only thing separating the two.
Yes.
So
Brought to you by the letter E.
So
The letter E for
you
E.
see like an event called like the Digital Olympics or whatever, or Olympics Digital, where they have like the different genres of games for gamers because their style of training is different from an actual Olympic style trainer.
Yeah.
So we're speaking on the subtopic, which is the scholarship thing. This could be another way to fund your college education.
And
For
definitely you have like the college exhibition sports where you have TSU versus LSU, stuff like that.
I'm speaking mostly just going to college to get an education. It used to be where you had to be a star athlete in your high school so you can get funded to go to a college to learn something to be like a doctor or something like this. And now those who are just strictly on games, they have their way into college now.
And the reason why I brought up, TSU versus LSU or whatever else like that, because they're not just gonna fucking pay for your scholarship and let you sit in your dorm room and play video games. They have to get some type of use of you to promote more people to try and get on the same program as you are. So of course they're gonna do the competitive teams. It only makes sense. And all the colleges is gonna pick up on that so they can get more students to join their program and pretty much get their student loans up. It's gonna evolve into that.
I just
It's gonna
picture
evolve into a college sport as well.
government-funded teams, scholarships going against each other. The NAACP versus Sally Mae.
Wow.
I think Salome would win that.
Some Ivy League school.
Because they don't have their own scholarship.
Shit, I would play for Southern Bay if I get my fucking student loans
Hell
out of
yeah.
here.
Like, did NAACP? I love y'all. I'm one of y'all, but they got my money right now.
I owe Sally Mae way too much motherfucking
You know what
money.
I mean? They got me under contract, so yeah.
Alright,
Then
before
you
we
would
jump
turn
in
it into a race war.
All right, before we jump in this next topic here, Jolly, move your cam up, man.
My what?
Your cam up. You're like, your chin is like cut off at the bottom of your
Yeah.
cam. So
Oh. There we go. Yeah.
there you go.
No, wait.
looking like you was like 5'1".
Hey guys.
Fuck y'all. We had that conversation already in that game. Like fuck everybody who's taller than 5'10".
I'm just saying, I could have been that guy who let you think your cam was okay, and then you want to go back and watch the video. And
Yeah.
you be mad at yourself.
Yeah.
It's your
I
fault,
do thank you for that.
Hey guys.
Yeah, wait a minute. See, maybe Ryzoe can talk about me, but y'all motherfuckers over there, y'all shorter than me. So don't crack no tall jokes with. No, don't do that.
Shut up, retired lion.
What?
I said, shut up, retired lion.
Sorry. I'll take that. I'll take that. Anyway, so what about this? Oh, man, what about that fucking college course for the Marvel Universe?
Give me the insight on that. I didn't get to read that whole thing.
Yeah,
But
hear about that.
Denonu, you gotta tell
All
me
right.
about that.
Since it's about a half hour from me, Baltimore, they're starting a whole college course based on the Marvel Cinematic Universe and how it did its storytelling and perspectives to expand and how they do their movies and stuff. They got a whole coursework developed to it that you can go and take and actually, I guess, talk about how they did things and what they can improve and all that stuff.
So it's
wait.
Spring.
Hold on. So it's like
Tell me. This is a college course for studying Marvel cinema.
Yeah.
I can get a degree in Wolverine.
This motherfucker is getting a plane ticket right now.
I go to Full Sail and mastering Captain America.
So this is like DigiPen in a sense. How Nintendo did it with their school in Washington.
I have a major in Wolverine and a minor in X-Men.
I mean, that's something that like the Marvel universe is that vast that they actually could make a college course on it.
Yeah, but man, like I want to say Star Wars is more vast than the Marvel universe.
Oh hell no!
No.
The history that Marvel has dating back to the 40s.
40s?
Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let's say it like this. What about Doctor Who?
Yeah.
It has nothing but universes in it.
What's that now?
What about Doctor Who?
Dude,
You do that.
they have over 80 years. My bad, not over 80. I'd say no. Since the 40s all the way until now, that's about 60 or 70 years of comic history.
And look up when the first Doctor Who episode aired.
That's kind of
Very
strange.
first
That,
order.
Okay, see, I can
it's strange
argue.
that Marvel could have a course, but not DC.
DC could also have a horse.
DC could have a
Horse.
course, but DC,
They would fuck it up. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah, they would.
fuck it up.
Yeah, they
Like,
would.
The way
There would be
DC's going
reboots
about
every
it,
week.
the way DC's going about it, you wouldn't be able to have fun or joke in your college course because apparently they're like, you heard that they're like trying to get rid of joking in their films, right? They pretty much prohibit DC from making jokes.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah,
My degree in Batman can beat
Wow.
your degree in Wolverine
That's
with
what-
prep time.
That's when you know your jokes are so horrible.
That's
Your
funny.
jokes are so
With prep
corny
time.
that the company has to fucking put a rule on it, like a ban on it.
Just no.
Well,
yeah. No, I think Marvel, because Marvel does have a vast universe, bigger than they have a universe bigger than Star Wars. I'm gonna have to go because I know about the Star Wars universe. They outnumber Star Wars massively.
yeah.
10-1.
So here's the thing with that though. I don't really agree with them making a Marvel fucking universe course.
It's a Marvel Cinema course.
I don't believe in them making that shit because there's so many other courses that can be of better use, like creative writing and an actual cinema course that's
Yeah.
just not based off of Marvel.
Wait a second.
Okay. In the defense of like, okay, Marvel, the last couple of Marvel movies are the only movies recently, excluding like Michael Bay movie because he doesn't even fucking count. But like these are the only movies graphically and just storyline wise, cinema wise, overall have brought a tear to my fucking eye, a tear of joy, because
And
you look
also-
at it, you're just like, this is fucking amazing. Like how do they map this out this way?
And
They
also,
keep everything intact so seamlessly.
yeah. And also, what I
Because
was
they
going
just make it a part of
say
the
as
same
well
thing.
is that's a very useless course to have when you're studying cinematography, entertainment, acting, anything in the entertainment field. It would be really good to span from to learn from a really successful branch.
Okay, usually when it comes to college courses like this, they're of course teaching you the basics, and then you're getting you're getting lessons from professionals in the field. It's like OTJ and college course at the same time.
But see, does it say anything about professionals in the field?
You're also expanding upon the knowledge that professionals are giving to you that's actually made them current successors instead of previous successors. Because most of the time when they're teaching you stuff, it's 5 to 7 years outdated. They're at least being up to date. They're doing something great for the fucking communities.
But you're talking like it's actually somebody from the Marvel world teaching this course.
Well, you also got to think about this as well. Stan Lee used to have a college course as well to teach people to prepare them to be comic artists as well.
Okay, but that's
You
an
actually gotta
artist
pay for
course
Stan Lee
though.
college.
That's an artist course though. This is a course on the Marvel universe just alone.
Cinema.
Yeah, this is
It's a
yeah,
cinema.
this is about the pretty much about the Marvel cinema and how it relates to, let's say, modern culture and studying the impact of it within the Western.
Yeah, like you can't
Like
say
a basketball
cinematography because it's not teaching you any angles or camera shots or any of that shit. This is
Okay.
just teaching you about the Marvel universe and society.
See,
and
okay,
basically how they broke ground with how they did movies.
But-
Where can you take that credit? What credit does that transfer to?
Like this.
okay, it transferred in the fact that like I'm not sure about you, but this makes me realize how much just recently just the nerd culture, the geek culture has just expanded. Like this is beautiful. This is a great beginning to more things to come. The fact that like, okay, I'm gonna go to school to learn everything I can about the Marvel universe. Not only that, I'm become like a Marvel artist and then learn about movies. So that way, I can get involved in Marvel, make my own superhero, and do my own thing and be a part of the Marvel universe myself. I can leave my own footprint in the Marvel universe. So in a way, this is a big step for that. Like, who's to know what else they got planned? As of right now, let's just let you know how big this has gotten.
It
Oh,
just
yeah.
seems like a ploy to draw more people to the school though.
It's fucking working.
All
I'll
we
go to
need-
that fucking school.
All we need now is a Marvel country.
Like, believe it or not, sooner or later, there's probably gonna be just nerd-based colleges that are Ivy League. You know what I'm saying?
With
Like
the-
you straight up got like Ivy League nerd-based colleges.
The whole thing is gonna look like a
Like a
Comic-Con
graduate
convention
Apple
for the
Fairview.
whole year.
Yeah.
Damn right. Who wouldn't go to that if you were there?
They
Oh,
actually I've actually heard recently they're already thinking about somebody's a makeup artist or something like that is thinking about trying to get a course started just so you can learn how to make cosplay and shit like that. So you
Wow.
can just further develop yourself in like making cosplay and then you can get into movie props and you can be a movie prop
would
person.
make sense, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That would make sense.
I graduated from Nintendo.
But to me, go
Dude,
ahead.
Can you imagine one day in that school, you go to class, you learn your stuff about Marvel, DC, and then you start learning how to make your own video game. Then after that, you got to go to the gym, get ready for your big training for your next big League of Legends game. Then when you're done with that, you
Okay.
See, well, I mean, the whole
Subject where
prop making thing.
simulated danger room course.
that'd be badass
Like,
too with
I'm
the
not
Oculus
going
Rift.
to that class.
With the Oculus Rift, you can make a danger room.
I'm not going to that class. Kids are getting fucked up. I don't want to be a part of that.
The whole prop making thing, I see that as more as a viable thing, like for real world application. But just learning Marvel history just to go do something in Marvel, because you can't say it's like just creative, because there's a lot of creative writing courses that teach you how to do the exact same thing, how to integrate good storytelling and massive amounts of like series of books into one cohesive like whole like novel. And just saying, okay, well, this is just a Marvel course that's saying like, yeah, it's all the different worlds and how it applies to society and everything like that. The real world application is you can only take that shit to DC or Marvel.
Well, that's, I mean, like I said, that's it's kind of a beautiful thing. It makes you a Marvel historian in a way.
Mhm.
And if you, let's say, you're just a grand Marvel historian, you just know the entire universe of Marvel. I mean, if you have some creative writing skills, you could easily be a part of the writing team at Marvel and come up with, different comics and different movies and blah 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 blah. And you can learn how to be like, okay, we have this hero that nobody's used for a while. Let's change up his story, refurbish this hero, bring about as a new guy, and have him involved in this comic, and later make a spin-off of him.
True.
You know?
That's one company. How many people can graduate from this course and go work for that
Well,
company
that's-
doing that?
that's where you're coming from. Like right now, it only benefits Marvel
Yeah.
because pretty much you're only learning about the Marvel history. Now that you put it that way.
Now, if you put comic history as a whole, yeah, now you can go into different shit. You can go to almost any comic book place and say, look, you know what? I know how to do this shit. Let's do it this way and that way. But if you're doing something that just benefits Marvel, that's gonna you're gonna flood the market so much with fucking Marvel historians that now I got this fucking diploma in Marvel etiquette. I can't take it anywhere.
Well, you only
I
gotta
just
see.
picture-
Hold on.
That shit is so funny. You
Hold on.
said you can go into any comic book place and say, I know how to do this. We're going to do it this way. We're going to do it that way. Let's see the manager. The fuck is you?
Yeah, and then you pull out your Marvel degree, bitch. They're like,
Slap him in
oh
the face.
wow.
And Marvel's, you gotta think about it like this too. Like Marvel, they're a tactical, strategic business. They always do one thing that leads into something else. When they first started off with the Daredevil movies and the other shitty ass movies, that was just to get them funding for the next big thing. Then once they had their next big thing, that's where we finally get to see these fucking phases for the Marvel.
How many
It always
shitty...
comes in steps. So when it comes to the school thing, they're probably just marketing it as like a consumer product so they can get more money to actually really launch a course.
Wait.
Shitty Marvel
This
movies.
is just the college though. The college itself is doing what?
Because Blade wasn't shitty. Maybe Blade 3.
Daredevil was. Fucking Elektra was horrible.
Wait a minute. Like the college itself is making this course, not Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel doesn't have anything to do with this. Now,
It
if
gets-
Marvel were to do like Disney and make its own college, because Disney made Cal Arts for their animation artists and all their other 3D stuff that deals with their movies. Now, if Marvel were to do something like that,
I'm running unlimited
then I can
information.
understand that shit.
I wish you guys would have just gave us all the information.
And half of the kids that went to that Cal Arts college, not 80% or 90 or 70% of them is going straight to Disney or Pixar. You
No.
realize-
The college is for Disney. Like when you come out of your regular college, they send you to Cal Arts to fucking do what they do at Disney. Cal Arts is like their training program
Program for their employees.
for their employees. Yeah,
It's like an orientation thingy, right?
exactly. It, like
a
instead
long-
of learning on the job, you learn there.
But they don't teach you that at school. They don't actually teach you how they animate
Yeah, I'm
in
just
Disney
saying,
in
but
school. So they have
that's-
to teach you over there.
That's a long ass orientation.
Well,
That's
they teach you how to animate, but they don't teach you how to Disney animate.
Modules on the computer.
got a
You
2-year
get taught that.
got a 2-year orientation. Fuck that shit.
You need to be taught that. It's not like something you can just sit down in front of a computer and be like, okay, finish these 6 modules and come work for us.
You still working on it. Like you still working for Disney. Like you can do short films and all that other shit. They have a whole bunch of things for you to do
Yeah,
while you're going there. But that's still like some people can easily submit a demo reel to Cal Arts and get accepted that way, where they don't even have to go to school, like go to a 4-year animation college outside of Cal Arts. But all I'm saying is, if Marvel were to do something like that for a college system, then I would see where the application would come in at. But for a college, just to create this one fucking Marvel class that you can't really do anything with other than maybe try to go get a job at Marvel, it's
Yeah,
kind of a draw until they add more stuff to it.
you might as well start going back to basket weaving and
Basket weaving.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm pretty sure it's just a stepping stone. If Marvel sees that the class gets a lot of attention, they'll still do their own thing. They know where the money's at, and they'll make a move real quick. They have no regrets.
just picture.
I think it's
Stan
more of just
class.
like
Hello,
I mean,
boys,
like
girls. Who
I
wants
don't think it was more just like what Ryzoe was saying, where it's just like it's just a stepping stone. This just shows you how much the geek culture and the comic book culture in general, since let's say, Iron Man came out, that Marvel changed the game as far as the public's perception on comic book movies, superheroes in general. That they're going this far, so it's like, look, here's this course about this and how it impacted the culture. I mean, it's probably going to be 50, 100 different types of courses, let's say 10 years from now, based
Yeah.
on this kind of sort of thing. So this is just like the first step. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that they're implementing this in a college and not a community college.
Yeah.
I would see like a course like this in a community college for sure, because community colleges, some of those colleges have like the best damn courses that you wish that a fucking like university would offer. But it's just like less time and a credit that really does nothing. It's just like extracurricular shit.
Yeah.
So this is
Grown
goes
man's daycare.
wow, grown man state, yeah.
Yeah, that's community college. That's the best way to explain it.
I
Hey,
thought that
guys,
was Call of Duty.
Come to community college.
Call of Duty is the grown man's daycare, yes. Most definitely. Crowdfunded video game segment. That is Spectre. Do you have any list of crowdfunded video games?
Wait, what's crowdfunded?
Kickstarters.
Oh, Kickstarters.
Games founded by crowds. Other way around. Funded by crowds. Wow. Fuck, I wanna... Okay. There was. Let's skip this shit. Edit this shit out. Let's go.
What's the superhero one?
Okay, no, okay.
Okay, I'm going to
Recommended-
mention one, Dive Kick. There you go.
Man,
What we're
that
talking
game
about,
is so shitty.
we're talking about games that's coming out.
Dude.
Kickstarters.
Yeah, but Dive Kick though, that was the most useless fucking game that you can make. All you do is dive kick, like jump and kick. That's it. That's your only move.
But
You
there's
kill in one hit, but it's awesome.
Foot
Yeah.
dive.
Really? Is it really that? Is it really fun?
very
Whoever gets the first hit.
is very popular.
All right, depending on how much it is, we may have to do that. We may have to do a dive kick episode.
Shit.
Anyway, recommended horror games.
All right.
up? Y'all go.
Top 4 games. Who's gonna go first?
Y'all
just
like
shout-
somebody can do an extra one because I don't play those games.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Fatal Frame. The Fatal Frame series. It's fucking creepy as hell. And then there's another one that's unique. Clockwork?
Clock tower.
Clock Tower, thank you. Clock Tower. This is a game where you was a girl with her dog, no weapons. It was pretty much hide and seek with these monsters. Yeah, it sounds like it's stupid as hell, but when you actually do play it, the story is captivating to where you just need to go through it.
We're
And
up
the world
to
is
see
so,
the slaughter.
and the world is just so genuinely scary. Like it's a whole unique element.
It's like the Wizard of Oz if it was creepy.
Why you always gotta talk over people?
You said a little girl and her dog
Wait,
running through a tower. It's
I'm not
Wizard
talking-
of Oz right there.
Shut up.
Next time, y'all gonna have to be in separate rooms.
All right, there, right.
We will pull this podcast over.
I'm gonna throw in Undying. It's a classic, but it was pretty
I was
creepy.
even done though.
Based off the popular Clive Barker book. Really good game. Of course, Silent Hill series. Can never forget that one. The original first 3 Resident Evils.
Man, I said one of y'all can go twice because I didn't have one. Don't list off a whole Ryzoe next.
I'm gonna throw it back a little bit here. I'm gonna go with The Suffering.
Nice.
That
Because
sounds like a horror movie. Like,
Honestly, like I'm really mad that the game didn't get a lot more credit for what it was, because it was a fucking beautiful game. Now, The Suffering 2 was pretty shitty, but the first one was really, really intense, and the storyline, as far as I know, as far as I can remember, was you pretty much like you wake up or you start the character out who's already in jail.
Yeah.
Like you're going to jail, you get into your cell, and like you're in here with like the fucking crazies too, because there's like one dude who's talking about like raping your kid and shit, right? And I think you're in there for about 10 fucking minutes for shit just goes all to hell, right? The thing goes black, this random like the whole thing black, like this earthquake happens, fucking people die, you hear somebody get stabbed and shit, and all of a sudden like this monster runs out and like just knocks your door off. And then when you run out and try to find them, like you have no idea where this motherfucker went. So you go out there, huh?
Not the first one, not the second one.
Wait. Why would you want to run out and look for a monster?
Because like you didn't
You're
see
in
it.
prison.
You're in prison. Like you really have nowhere else to go. If this thing wanted to kill you, it would. So you're like, where did it go and why didn't it just kill me? Right?
The option that was offered was you had to escape through the door. But he was saying when he was playing it, he wanted to just make sure it wasn't chasing down or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so-
Basically, in the beginning of the game, whatever was killing people, and the people that were in the cells next to you, they were dying in their cells as they were locked.
Because remember, it was
Yeah.
like knocking them, it was like coming through the ceiling and snatching them up and shit like that.
No. It you could just hear people dying. You didn't hear any doors open or anything. You just heard people
Yeah.
dying. You heard your
So
cellmates dying.
Yeah, that's
Right.
why you left your cell, because they.
Are we talking about the
they
intro
died.
where you're inside the big ass holding cell and everybody's sitting around you? Or are we talking about
No.
the one where you're in your own
No.
cell?
You're in your own cell.
in individual cells.
Yeah.
And
See,
that's
you're
when
in.
the people getting snatched through the ceilings. Because it was
Uh-huh.
more than.
No, it was like 6 other cells in here.
Yeah, but it
Right.
was also more than one creature at the same time, too.
Yeah, but anyway, like once you get out of here, like I said, the monster, come around and cut it off, and like the would creep me out because I was like 16 when I first played the game, and the first monster thing you see is like this creature. I don't even know. It's like you can tell it's like just some mauled human being walking on blades with blade hands or arms. Right.
Yeah.
That is the first thing you see. That is your introduction, and that
Well,
is
the thing
most,
that made that interesting was
fuck?
that all those monsters in the Suffering, they were basically looked how they died.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it were, they all had like different spins on however it was that they died.
Yeah.
Like the one guy who got killed by lethal injection had like a bunch of big ass needles in his back and shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that game.
So,
Like, and the biggest the best part about that game for me was it was really the boss battles when it came to it, because like even the bosses I guess used to be some were inmates and then some were actually prison staff themselves. Like you fought a dude who had got, he was in the electric chair, and you had to like he was pretty much made out of electricity. And like the only time you saw him is like in a junction box, like trying to like I think he was almost like your helper in a way, even though you had to fight him. He wasn't somebody who would just go down. He was just somebody who was like, hey, look, if you want to get out of here, you have to beat me, blah 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 blah. And another boss battle, I remember it was the guy who showed up in film. Straight up. Yeah.
We have to move on to the next person.
It was
Denonu.
overall it was really badass.
all right, how many we doing?
I don't even know at this point.
2 or 3. 2 or
All
3.
right, I'm gonna do 3. I'm gonna take it back. It's not really a horror game, but I'm gonna say Quake, the original from back in the day.
No, dude.
Probably showing my age with that, but
Oh, we got System Shock.
I was gonna say that actually.
what else? Resident Evil, the one that had Nemesis in it,
3? No,
because he was badass.
that was 4. 4 was Resident Evil.
And
What was
the
Leon?
Evil Within right now, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
As a horror game kind of sort of perspective, that's actually pretty good right now. I know there's been a lot more classics, but as far as recent games, that's actually pretty
Yeah.
good.
You know,
Honorable mentions, System Shock.
I'm gonna throw in 2 honorable mentions for me. I'm gonna go with Dino Crisis and Parasite Eve.
We forgot.
Parasite Eve, yes.
Parasite Eve was a fucking classic, and I can't believe I forgot about that till just now.
So I'm gonna
Mitochondria.
just throw in 2, just because I've seen gameplay of it.
Nah, nigga, you said we can skip.
Did
That's
you
what
just
you did.
really? Did you just call me out like that in the podcast? Did you just call me out my name in this fucking? Okay.
Your name's nigga?
Did I just say you called me out of my? Fuck it.
Oh.
Anyway,
That's
Five Nights at Freddy's, because it's an indie thing and it's really popular, and I just like the way they did the video. Like I like the way they did the gameplay, and the what do you call it? 8 pages of Slenderman or some shit.
Oh,
Slenderman.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just Slenderman. It's like the online version.
There's a lot of Slenderman games.
Yeah, there's a ton.
Well, it's like 8 pages of some shit. Y'all know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Look it up. It's really creepy, especially when you're playing with friends.
Yeah.
Next is I said naked for
Naked.
some reason. Next is recommended horror movies.
Is that what the scary game make you think about? Naked? Horror movies.
Nanu, let's start with you.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna go with. Now, how many movies? 2 or 3 movies, or what we doing?
Please just do 2. Let's all
Okay.
just do 2.
As a franchise, Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
You know, Jason going around killing high school kids for having sex. Awesomeness. Can't get more horror than that.
Yeah, the original cock blocker.
Yep.
And for my second one, I'm gonna have to go with any creepy Asian film because they seem to do that creepy ring girl type horror things, or they take like some supernatural shit and like make it very weird and enjoyable to watch. I will say that from a horror perspective.
Mr. Ryzoe.
I'm not sure if this classifies as a horror movie, but I'm gonna go off of Denonu and Ichi the Killer. I'm not sure if that's a horror movie, but I really do like that movie around horror time.
Big ass gore fest. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a gore fest. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure if it counts as a horror movie, but it's fucking cool.
Okay.
You have a second one?
The second one, I'd probably have to go with The Evil Dead, the new one that came out.
Yeah. That was a good one. I did
That
like it.
was a good one. I like the new. I mean, I saw the old one, and the new one. It was actually really, really good. It was more so really gory and scary than it was or I guess creepy than it was like scary, but it was really good. I liked it.
Did the new one have tree rape in it? Because I haven't seen the new one.
Yeah, no, the new one has tree rape in it.
Yeah, tree rape.
Gets my approval then.
Ren the Wicked.
I'm gonna have to go with from the same director, Insidious and The Conjuring. The reason why these movies are at the very top of my list for horror movies is whoever this director is, this motherfucker really did his research. And if you ever dive into these stories and the actual original stories that these movies were based off of, that shit is so creepy. After you do your background research, it's too believable. It was almost as if the director was really there and he was recreating every single scene from a life experience.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Okay, so
Yep.
mine's Gorefest, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacres. It was so disgusting and disturbing, but the originals are truly a horror fest piece of art.
No lie there.
Man, it's so damn hard. It's my toss-up between Trick or Treat and VHS.
VHS.
So
VHS was pretty good.
mine is the original Poltergeist, because there are still a few scenes in that movie that freak me the fuck out.
Look at his face. He's thinking about it.
No, I'm looking at my dogs fight something. I think they just chased a possum across the yard. Anyway, that and what is the movie series with the guy that has the puppet? Saw. Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Jigsaw the puppet. Okay.
Do yourself a favor and say you only like the first 3 Saws.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I stopped after 3.
Good. That was the best decision you ever made in your life.
I thought you was,
I don't wanna have
was talking about Puppet Master. That's another horror movie that's awesome.
Oh yeah. That and It.
Alright.
It with the clowns. That's fucking. That's
My
fucking
honorable mention
hilarious.
is going to be Event Horizon.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sticking to my word. I'm not going past 2 and 3.
Scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid.
I can
Event
mention-
Horizon.
I can mention so much more movies, but I'm staying at 2 and 3.
Okay,
Look.
versus scenario. What we got?
Tonight we have in the Horror Fest, in this corner, Nemesis from Resident Evil. In the other corner we have Pyramid Head.
Oh, Silent Hill. You got that part too.
Oh, that's another thing. Silent Hill was a good movie. I fucking like that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Fucking Silent Hill when he ripped the skin off of that chick.
I'm gonna
That
go
was
ahead and
crazy.
say that Silent Hill. What's that chick's name? Cyril?
I
Was
can't remember.
The little chick?
the cop chick's name.
I don't remember.
I don't know, but I know. I mean, I don't know her because she was actually named out of the video game. But she by far has one of the worst deaths in horror movies, straight up.
Yeah.
Because she was pretty much slow roasted alive.
Yep.
So
Was it
And
worse
one thing
than
I like to say
Nicolas
about
Cage in The
Silent
Wicker
Hill-
Man, though?
One thing I like about the
Mm.
first Silent Hill movie is I just love how they stayed so true to the essence of Silent Hill.
The Lord.
yeah.
To the lore and everything. It wasn't just like the first game. It wasn't just like the second or Homecoming or anything like that. It was its own unique entity, and it just stayed true to the whole Silent Hill series.
It was how
If you-
X-Men.
All right.
If
So-
you've never played a
But we're
Silent
talking. But now we're talking about Pyramid Head versus Nemesis.
Thank you. Yes.
We're getting too deep into it.
Yes, thank you.
sorry.
Pyramid Head versus Nemesis. Who do you think will win?
Nemesis, because he has a fucking rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Now the thing about it is,
That's fucking sword.
the thing about it is, like, as far as I know, because I never beat Pyramid Head. I don't know if Pyramid Head can die.
I've never seen him die.
I have not seen Pyramid Head die, so I'm not sure if a rocket to Pyramid Head is really gonna kill Pyramid Head.
I look at it like this. He's a dude wearing a big metal thing.
Street
Yeah.
cone. It's a motherfucker with a big ass stretched
Okay.
out street cone.
Not only that, but he's slow.
Okay, remember League of Legends Tryndamere?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
That's
but see,
pyramid.
all right, here's the thing though. Like the audience, if they're not League of Legends fans, they won't know who that is.
Okay, Pyramid Head is a fucking scary big ass berserker with this huge ass cloud-like sword, and he doesn't move slow. He sprints at your ass.
Well, as far as I've seen from the movies, because that's the only one I'm looking at. In the movies, that motherfucker was slow. He barely caught that chick every time.
And she was crawling.
If you play the game,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, you can catch her. At least fucking
Can't catch the motherfucker
hit her with your sword. Your sword is at least 10 feet long. You can hit that bitch with your
But
sword.
we also know that Pyramid Head is also super fucking strong. He ripped the skin off of fucking people.
Yeah, but look at fucking
Nemesis
Nemesis.
made of skin
He
from
can
blood.
he can throw cars.
Oh,
He can throw whole cars at people.
But I also feel like Pyramid Head has a huge advantage in the fact that he can block just about anything that comes at him with his head.
And tentacles coming out of his body and shit. He
Yeah.
has more than one way to attack.
Fucking hints
Yeah,
and
he-
shit.
He's overall he's pretty vicious. So
Yeah, this is pretty much Frankenstein fighting the.
I picture them shaking hands, forming an alliance, and Pyramid Head getting infected with the T-virus.
Frankenstein fighting an immortal Conan. I'll put it that way.
That's creepy when I think
Yeah, but
about
did I
it.
mention that Nemesis has a rocket launcher?
Yeah, you did.
We mentioned that Pyramid Head can block the
I mean,
rocket with his fucking
How do
face
you block an explosion?
with a big ass pyramid on your
I don't know.
head.
As far as strength goes, I mean,
Just say.
Pyramid Head looks really skinny compared to Nemesis.
In the game, he was about the same size as Nemesis.
Really, he was
yeah,
buff.
yeah. No, in the game he's huge.
Yeah.
Like he's a buff
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah, no, in the game he's massive.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, Pyramid Head would have to get close to Nemesis to actually do damage. Whereas Nemesis is like, I still got this rocket launcher,
And I can throw shit at you.
and you can. It's something you can't block. It's not like, okay, yeah, let me use my head to deflect the rocket. No, that's not gonna work.
But this is the
Even
thing.
if it still hits, it's still knocking him back and blowing him apart.
This is the thing. Here's the big kicker. Fucking Pyramid Head is buff. That boy is in shape. He doesn't run fast because he doesn't have to. If he fought Nemesis, I'm pretty sure you would see the monster, the beast, the athletic fucking monster come out of Pyramid Head. You know what I'm
I
saying?
look at it like this: are they fighting in Silent Hill?
If they're
You know,
fighting
the
in
Pyramid Head might die and then like magically come back and some shit. And then
yeah,
Silent-
if they're fighting in Silent Hill, it's gonna be a damn good fight.
Yes.
But but Nemesis would have to go to Silent Hill to fight Pyramid Head. So yes, it's gonna be in Silent Hill.
Well, Nemesis only has one shot because ain't nobody used rockets in Silent Hill.
This is true.
Yeah, but he also had a grenade
Pyramid
launcher.
Head has too much of an advantage. He's just twisting reality and shit.
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's not Pyramid Head though. That's like the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
If Pyramid Head knows how to use the talent to his advantage, where he can do that, like where he can use that.
Oh yeah,
Then-
I will give it to Pyramid Head.
Yeah.
Nemesis. Well, I mean, what he got? I mean, now if he was like one of those badass, let's say the souped up versions of like what do they call them in Resident Evil? The Titans,
yeah.
where they're just like big and strong like Nemesis, but they got like
And
a
they
Wolverine
fucking
healing
sprint.
factor where you can't kill them.
And they
Oh, wait a
sprint.
minute. So are we talking about Resident Evil hordes versus Silent Hill hordes? 'Cause
No,
that'd
no,
No, I was just using it as an example. But
That'd be
Nemesis, I
bad.
mean, he's
Uh,
big, slow, and he can be damaged. I mean, he
Overall-
can't generate as much.
Overall, for me, if Pyramid Head, like if he fought Nemesis and he had to be really athletic about it, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Pyramid Head, and I'm just gonna keep it at that because Pyramid Head is a fucking monster, and Pyramid Head to me is a lot more scarier than Nemesis.
So let us know in the comments below who do you
That's
think
where
would win out of
that's-
the versus
that's-
scenario. And join the conversation. If you like these topics, let us know. If you have something that you would like us to talk about or give our opinions on, let us know that also. Please like and subscribe to the channel, the PSH Hub. And I'm your homie Jolly Dangerous.
I'm your co-host Black Spectre, aka Killer King Pro, KKK.
It's your boy Ren.
You already know it's your boy Ryzoe.
I'm Denonu, man.
Peace out, y'all.
I missed the entire ending.
That's what we do. Fuck it. Fuck it. Mother. Fuck it. There.